Hey guys, today we're going to be working on these warm sunshine lion paintings. Have you ever heard the saying, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb? It just means that March comes in roaring and goes out kind of docile and sweet because of the weather changes. So we're going to do a sunshine lion in honor of March. We're going to do it big scale, okay? So these are 18 by 18 papers, and you're probably already noticing how big they are. When you get your paper, it's going to have a circle, and you're already going to have the eyebrow ridge and the nose. You could turn it into anything. You could turn it almost into like a sun or a moon, but we're going to make our sunshine lions look very lion-like, okay? So we're going to start with a pencil, and then we're going to outline with paint in just a second. So the first thing you want to do is we're going to draw eyes. Now, I'm going to give my lion kind of big human-looking eyes for emphasis, but you can give it like closed eyes or cartoon eyes. It's up to you. Your eyes are up to you. So I'm going to start. What I like to do is I like to start with two lines like this. Okay? And then I'm going to draw the two underneath lines. And then we're going to draw the inside of the eye. All right, and then you can give it like a pupil or an iris or highlights, whatever you want. I kind of gave mine like a cat eye. That cat eye center like this, okay? The nose is already done. You already have a nose right here. So lions have like cat mouths, right? So I made on this one kind of a small cat mouth. Okay, but you can make it bigger too. So I'm gonna do line down, and then I'm gonna make it big, kind of like this on this one. It is a lion, so you could add like a couple little teeth here if you want to. You could put a little tongue, whatever you want, all right? And then I did a few little whiskers. I did some little lines up here for like fur. Okay, so there's my lion so far. Now we're gonna do the ears, and I'm gonna make my ears kind of big just to make sure that they show up. So two half circles up top. Make them bigger rather than smaller. Okay, and now we're ready for the mane, which is going to be like a sunshine mane. So I've got, and you will have, tracers, okay? And what you're going to do is start right here in the middle of the lion's head, and you want to make sure both parts of the tracer are touching the circle. And you're going to trace it. It's okay if you draw on the tracer like I just did, okay? And now I'm going to bring it over here. You see how both parts of it are touching? Now that's not super important, okay? If, let's say on this one, not both parts are touching, let's say it's sticking out a little bit, that's okay. You just trace it, and then when you get to the end, if it's not touching, just make it touch. Works out fine. Okay, so now you're gonna come behind it and do another layer. So what I do is I just lay it back here behind these. You don't want it to be the same. You want it to be a little wider. And I'm gonna trace it around again. It's okay if it goes off the page a little bit. All right. Now we're gonna draw, if you want to. On this one I had more space, so I drew the body and the tail, okay? On this one it looks like, even though I use the same tracer and the same thing, I have a little bit less space. So if you don't want to draw a body and a tail, you don't have to. If you want to, you just come out to the sides here and you draw two lines for the body. And then I made the tail sticking up off to the side like this with its little fuzzies like this, okay? I also, on that one, came in and drew these little shapes just on the front row. but you do not have to do that either. That is just a design detail, and you can decide on whether or not you want to do that. All right, so now we're ready to outline. Okay, you're gonna get some black India ink. Now, if you're in Miss Caitlin's class or my class, we're gonna outline today and paint next week. If you are in Miss Courtney's class on Fridays, since you do it all in one day, you are going to paint it. So she'll skip ahead to the next step and then outline it, okay? All right, and that is it. Make sure your name is on it and we'll save them. And next week, we're gonna fill them in with color. Okay, you guys, today we're gonna continue our lions, our sunny lions. Remember that saying, March comes in like a lion, goes out like a lamb. So next week we'll be doing our lamb watercolors. This week we're gonna use warm colors, plus you can add brown to that for your lion. And then we're gonna use cool colors in the background. Warm colors are reds, oranges, yellows, and pinks. And then again, you can use brown. And then your cool colors are blues, purples, and greens. And the reason this is important for us is because it's gonna create contrast with our background and our foreground. The foreground is what you drew and your background is what's behind it. No, you don't have to do your background the same as mine. You don't have to paint your lion the same as I'm gonna paint mine. But you definitely wanna use the right colors, okay? So here's mine. I already started painting them a little bit just to check to make sure everything was gonna work out the way we wanted it to. Okay, and I have the basic set of watercolors, whereas you guys will have all the colors. All right, so what I'm gonna do, or what I was doing, was I was using the yellow. I was painting my lion yellow, and then I was blending some brown with it. So let me show you that for his face. And you can paint, you can see, you can paint right over your lines. Notice how I'm getting water almost every time I get more paint. And what that's gonna do is keep plenty of water on your paintbrush. They're called watercolors for a reason. Okay, so here's my lion. And now I'm gonna come back with some brown while it's still wet and do some shading. That might be too much brown, but that's okay. If you get a little too much, just get some more water and blend it out. And then I'm gonna come back around the eyes and the nose. And then maybe even a little bit on the forehead. Okay, so there's my lion face. All right, now I'm gonna go on to the ears. I'm gonna leave the ears the same as the face, just because I want some continuity. I want some things to be the same. Okay, I'm gonna do the inside of the ears darker. All right, and now I'm gonna come outwards and start working on the mane. And remember, we wanna use warm colors. And you have a variety in yours. You're gonna have a variety of reds, oranges, and yellows. I'm just gonna have the basic red, orange, and yellow. Okay, so you can pick which you want. All right, so you paint yours while I paint mine. and now I'm gonna do my lion's body, like how I did his face, with the brown and the yellow mixed in. Okay, and now you're ready for the background. On this one, I did these little dashes to give it a texture. I just came through and I did little dashes of purple everywhere. And then I did little dashes of blue everywhere that overlapped the purple. And then I did little dashes of green that overlapped the purple and the blue. Okay, so you could do that. On this one, I'm just gonna paint it. You could do one solid color. You could do two colors. You could do all three colors. But remember, we're gonna use cool colors. Blue, purple, and green, and you will have a variety of blues, purples, and greens to choose from. So you can choose whichever one you want. I think I'm just gonna do purple and blue on mine. All right, and there you go. Now you have a beautiful lion painting. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's gonna be really big and really pretty and really fun, and I can't wait to see what we do with our lambs next week.